Funding provided by
Musco Lighting is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
And by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fairway.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
And by
the Grace Helen Kroeb Fund at the Iowa PBS Foundation, supporting programming originating in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City viewing area.
It is Thursday, November 7th, and here's a look at the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. Championship Day as we hand out those trophies here. The final day of volleyball in the state of Iowa, and it's going to be a good one. We start with the 5A championships. Waukee Northwest, last year's champion, looks to take down the #1 overall seed, Pleasant Valley. Greetings, my friends. Eric Braley, Beth West, and we start with one of the best matchups of the day.
We do. Pleasant Valley brings veteran experience. Waukee Northwest, you said it, they're the defending champs. They are the ones to beat today, so I'm expecting a really hard-fought battle this morning.
Let's introduce you to these two schools, and we'll start with the defending champions, Waukee Northwest. Now, they had a little slump toward the end of their regular season, but they took it to another gear, beating #2 Ankeny, #3 Ankeny Centennial, en route to the final, avenging both losses. Who do you like on their team that has helped them get to this point?
Logan Vogt, a sophomore outside hitter. She's talented, she's physical, she leads their offense in production, and the Wolves are going to need her to be strong today.
On the other side, it's Pleasant Valley, their 6th straight trip to state. They're on a 27-match winning streak, the #1 overall team. And who leads them?
Another outside hitter, junior Isabel Kramer. She leads all 5A state tourney teams with 4.4 kills per set.
Let's send it to the public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, with the introduction of these two teams.
Waukee Northwest fans, here are your Wolves! Pleasant Valley fans, give it up for your Spartans! Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Extreme Arena for the 5A Championship. It's time to meet the teams. It's time to meet the teams and players. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Extreme Arena for today's 5A championship. It's time to meet the players and coaches in today's matchup. Let's meet the team from Waukee Northwest. Here are the Wolves, your non-starters. Number 2, Edie Collins. Number 4, Avery Edgington. Number 6, Lydia Burrow. Number 7, Anna Peltz. Number 8, Katie Willits. And number 15, Grace Guspa. Your assistant coaches, Jennifer Stanek, Kaylee Ruffart, Addie Walker, and Francis Nagusi. And now, here are your starters for the Wolves of Waukee Northwest. A 5'9" sophomore, number 1, Leah Janulovich. 5'10" junior, number 5, Avery Vogt. A 6'1" sophomore, number 9, Logan Vogt. 5'10" freshman, number 10, Avery Cordes. A 6'3" sophomore, number 11, Piper Ledwig. And a 6'1" sophomore, number 19, Cassidy Danberg. Your libero is a 5'8" sophomore, number 3, London Taylor. Head coach for Waukee Northwest, Jody Vogt. And now let's meet the Pleasant Valley Spartans. Here are your non-starters. Number 2, Reese O'Donnell. Number 4, Marin Willett. Number 7, Lauren Brome. Number 11, Olivia Hoskins. Number 12, Haley Aslan. Number 23, Maisie Swears. And number 26, Ryland Johnson. Your assistant coaches, April Rao, Claire Slivka, Maddie Glatz, and Marissa Robertson. And now, here's your starters for the Spartans of Pleasant Valley. A 6'2" senior, number 1, Stella Smith. A 6' junior, number 9, Henley Schmidt. 6' junior, number 13, Carson Kelly. 6'2" junior, number 14, Isabel Kramer. 5'11" senior, number 17, Gabriella Reagans. And a 5'9" sophomore, number 20, Addison Alleman. Your libero is a 5'7" senior, number 3, Abby Stacks. Head coach for the Spartans, Amber Hall. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you the officials assigned to this 5A championship by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your first referee, Jay Grassley. Second referee, Samantha Stone. And your line judges, Ted Mosier and Mark Royer. Fans, at this time, we ask if you please stand if you are able. Direct your attention to the flag as we honor our veterans, our great country of America, and those who protect our freedom each and every day with the singing of our national anthem today, performed by the Valkyries from Roland Story High School under the direction of Landon Stalzer. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming? And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And now it's time to set the stage and see what we think are going to be some of the keys to this 5A championship match as Beth West, our analyst, breaks things down here. And Beth, what do you think it's going to take to win the 5A title?
Well, starting with Waukee Northwest, we mentioned how they have a young roster, no seniors on their roster, but they're physical blockers, they're skilled in taking over the net, and their front row needs to be active and aggressive to win the net battle. And then Waukee Northwest just needs to continue their winning momentum to defend their state title. We're looking for them to execute their game plan with energy and excitement.
You can feel the excitement in that huddle and in this building. What are the keys for Pleasant Valley here, the #1 ranked team?
For Pleasant Valley, they're led by Kramer on the outside. We talked about her, but they also have talented supporting attackers in their middles, Smith and Reagans. They want to utilize their balanced offense to keep Waukee Northwest guessing on who they will set. They also want to leverage their experience against this young Northwest team. The Spartans have 8 seniors, 8 juniors on their state roster.
Wow.
So we're looking for them to play with poise and confidence that comes with that veteran experience.
Well, we have veteran officials here as well, and we are just moments away from the opening serve. Waukee Northwest, the #6 seed here in the 5A. They will be wearing the dark uniforms. And there's a look at Pleasant Valley with the white uniforms on your screen. Pleasant Valley representing the Mississippi Athletic Conference. They went 8-1 in the conference. And Waukee Northwest representing the CIML. We'll have sights and sounds, including being able to listen inside the huddles from these experienced coaches. And we are ready for state championship volleyball. Waukee Northwest working it to the outside with Ladwig. Clips off the top of the net. Great effort defensively in the back row. Quick set middle. And that's down for the first point. There's going to be a lot of points today. But a good rally, and the first point goes to Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley getting their middles involved right away in this first point. Reagan's cutting it back in the middle on that quick shot.
Reagan's tremendous, a senior, 158 kills, but she's so efficient, hitting nearly 450 from an attack percentage. Middles generally have a high attack percentage. Reagan's takes it to another level, though. Looking to get on the board. Another very long rally here in this opening set. Patience, middle push, and a nice defensive play there by Alaman. Another point, and it's quickly 2-0.
Staying patient in long rallies is so key. These two teams have really tough defense. They're going to dig a lot of balls, so get ready for some more long rallies, Eric.
Buckle up, as it's going to take a while to earn the point. Good back row defense by both teams, and that's what's been one of the key factors to leading them to this state championship match. Dig after dig, good passes. Back row swing. Love the effort. Holy buckets. What a play. And it's a 3-0 start for Pleasant Valley.
How did the Spartans get that up? They are relentless, pursuing that ball all the way to the sideline, to the table, and then able to put a free ball over. Unfortunately, a Wolves error to end it.
3-0 our score, opening set. Kind of an unorthodox swing, and it's off the hands of the block and out of bounds. Ladwig was there, couldn't control the block. And I would think that Jody Vogt might be calling a timeout soon, as it's now 4-0 in favor of Pleasant Valley. Controlling the serve. And it's going to be a service ace. everything clicking for the Spartans, who are on a 27-match win streak. And there it is, a timeout after a quick 5-0 start for PV.
Really important to start strong in any match, but especially the state title match. When there's some nerves, there's some extra energy. It's really loud in here. These two schools and communities brought incredible crowds, so really good job from Pleasant Valley to start strong.
Here's a look at the 5A tournament bracket, and at the top of the screen you see Pleasant Valley. Not only did they win in the quarterfinals, they swept Waukee. Not only did they win in the semifinals, they swept Dowling Catholic. So they haven't even lost a set here. And Waukee Northwest, their road, they swept Ankeny, and then they won a thriller in 5 just yesterday in the semifinals against Ankeny Centennial. We told you, Waukee Northwest graduated a ton of talent off last year's championship team, returning just 4 letter winners. There's their first point. It comes from a service there. And now let's see what Waukee Northwest can do, hanging some points on the board. Jenny Lowich to serve. She's a sophomore outside hitter as she leads the team in aces with 47. But a quick side out, and PV gets the point and the ball back.
First swing side out, good pass, running the middle. You see Reagan's going right to her setter on that quick one, and again, cutting it back. Avery Vogt on the defense gets a touch on it, unable to control it though for the Wolves.
Quick set middle again, off on the communication as Smith was in the air, but the handout, that's a tough one, that quick set. And the second point coming for Waukee Northwest. Nice pass. Setter working hard, and it results in another kill. Cross-court swing, and that builds the lead back up to 5 in the rotation, checking in as we get set for another serve coming for Pleasant Valley. Big time swing. Going right at the middle block there. That's Logan Vogt, the sophomore middle hitter.
Logan running a 2-ball in the middle. Normally we see her on the outside, so good change in their hitting plan there. And she hammers it so close to that 10-foot line. Great shot from Logan Vogt.
Good up by Anna Pelds, the DS. Another nice block by Cortez, the freshman. Still working hard, Pleasant Valley leading by 4. Well off the net, but it doesn't matter.
Isabel Kramer, usually on the left side, swinging right side in that pattern. High, deep cross court. It's hard to defend those corners, and Isabel Kramer, she's a solid player. She knows how to find the corners.
285 kills this season, a .426 kill efficiency, and she averages nearly 5 kills per set. Nice return by Logan Vogt, and it feels like Waukee Northwest, after digging that 5-point hole early, they're starting to get in their flow, get a little more comfortable as they're trading kind of point for point here early on in this first set.
Settling down a little bit on offense. Wolves trying to get their physical tall block in front of these Spartan hitters.
That's important.
It is. They're getting touches, but early in set 1 here, we've seen the Spartans tool off the hands of the Wolves. So trying to get that block set would be crucial for the Wolves going forward.
Smith had a good serve, but disguising that set, Avery Vogt, everyone in the building, everyone in the arena thought she was gonna set it. Nope, dumps it over for an easy point.
Avery Vogt jump sets, which gives her the ability, like you said, to disguise that so well.
Big swing, and another point for Pleasant Valley as their first to double digits here. Reagan's such a strong player, that senior with 158 kills in the season.
We've seen Reagan's cut it back to her left each time on her middle swing.
Yes.
So if I were Waukee Northwest, I'd move that block over a little bit. See if she can hit the strong side. I know they're taking that away. Either move the block over or make sure defenders, hey, it's coming back.
Vogt had a good swing, but just sails out of bounds. Watch on the replay here how close this is, and a good decision to just get out of the way and let the ball go right past you out of bounds. A 6-point lead now, the largest of this championship match. And they needed a point there, and Waukee Northwest got it right there.
We saw an off-speed shot there. It was an out-of-system ball coming from the back row, so coming from behind her shoulder and able to just time her approach correctly to just change of speed on the swing to throw off the Spartan defense.
Through the block, cooling it out of bounds. And the hitting percentage, as we look at this block attempt, the block was there, but the ball just gets through and down for the point.
You saw him on that replay, just floating off the net a little bit. Want to get tight and sealed, obviously without touching the net, but that's how, as a hitter, you can get it through.
Waukee Northwest, coached by Jody Vogt in her 4th season. She was an outstanding all-conference player for the University of Northern Iowa volleyball program. Her maiden name is DeVries, so very well known in the Appleton-Parkersburg community. Brothers coaching, playing in the NFL, and she was an outstanding player as well. Big time point to make it 13-7, and in the rotation to the back row goes Jenny Lovewich. On the other side, taking a look at head coach Amber Hall, 14th season, leading Pleasant Valley. Her career coaching record, 295 victories, and 265 of those 295 taking place at Pleasant Valley. And
Very
I would
successful.
say, she would say this has to be one of the best teams she's ever had, been the opportunity to coach. Close to the net, and that's just a tough, that set leading Logan Vogt a little too close there. And now it's getting down to crunch time where Waukee Northwest can't allow Pleasant Valley to put a run together.
Exactly. Volleyball is a set of mini games, right? You're first to 10, first to 20, and that final push to 5. And you're right, this is crunch time, wanting to make that margin less so that Waukee can come back, Waukee Northwest can come back and really tie it up here in set 1.
On the other side, Pleasant Valley trying to step on the gas and finish this thing off. They have not trailed in this opening set. Another kill for Vogt. Let's take a look at the hitting percentages as a team. 438 for Pleasant Valley, and for Waukee Northwest just 136. So pretty lopsided in the stats, as there's 6 points separating these two schools right now. Another kill.
Good job from Ladwig to go high off the hands of the blockers. Again, another out of system, a little bit non-setter, assisting on that one, but she contacts high and gets it off the touch of the block.
Good pass. Pleasant Valley has looked very strong in this opening set, trying to finish the job. But you feel the momentum shifting a little bit here to the side of number 6 seed Waukee Northwest.
Good coverage from the Wolves. Spartans getting multiple block touches where it came back on Waukee Northwest side. They keep digging it up, covering their hitters, resetting for another swing.
Perfect execution. The set was there. Soaring high is Kramer. What can she not do?
That is a monster swing. She's going high on that left side, swinging right into the middle, the donut of the floor. So really good elevation and snap on her swing.
Love the effort, the hustle, trying to get to every ball here. And in the rotation, Peltz will check in. And making Kramer in the rotation. Peltz will serve for Waukee Northwest. Trailing by 4, make it 5. You gotta be aggressive with the serving, but just a little too much on that one.
Aggressive, balancing it with placement. Working that back line was the smart choice. That's a good idea. Make those passers for Pleasant Valley communicate and talk. And they did a good job, the Spartans, calling that one out. Just a little miss-hit on that one. Right idea, just came off of her hand a little awkwardly.
Well, Pleasant Valley has been dominant when you're talking about Iowa High School athletics as of late. Another service ace. They won state track. They won state softball. Last weekend they won cross country. And right now they're playing for a championship in volleyball.
That's incredible. Wow. Good coaching, good student athletes committed to their sports, and multi-sport athletes, I'm sure, between all of those championships.
Perfect timing and execution on the block. I like the attempt with the swing, but Vogt and Cordes were there to shut it down. Here's another look from our net camera.
Good press, good seal. Spartans swinging down into that net, down into the block. Good job from Waukee Northwest. And then they back it up with a second stuffed block in a row.
Block party here from Extreme Arena. And that's exactly what Waukee Northwest needs to do to get back into this one. Good job getting a nice swing out of a not a good pass opportunity. We might see a timeout called soon for Pleasant Valley as this lead is evaporating. Logan Vogt serving. She's the sophomore coach's daughter. 45 aces, second best on the team. Great hustle, but it's going to be a point for PV. They're going to say 2 contacts. Can you explain that to our viewers that don't know what that rule
Yes,
is?
first fantastic dig, fantastic up in the back row from Logan Vogt. But 2 contacts when you're not touching the ball smoothly, consistently. Basically, you're touching it twice, right? As a set, your hands aren't following through completely. You go 1, 2, double contact, can't take it over the net with that.
Vogt tallies her 4th kill. She's leading Waukee Northwest in that category. Meanwhile, Kramer has 6 on 12 attempts, no hitting errors. Kramer alone hitting 500. Reagans has 4 kills, no hitting errors as well. Very efficient opening set for Pleasant Valley as they lead now by 5, needing 4 points to secure this first set.
You just mentioned Reagans, and she had another kill out of the middle. Pretty impressive what she's been able to do so consistently here in set 1.
Just a team delay warning. I had beckoned for serve, and Jody called for timeout. So it's just team delay warning, no damage, no harm.
Stoppage in play. That is Jay Grassley, son of Senator Chuck Grassley, who longtime supporter.
Okay. Since it's loud in here, make sure she gets a little closer and have her come up and talk to her.
Talking with team captain. It was a team delay warning. But yeah, Jay Grassley, if you know volleyball in the state of Iowa, he coaches AAU. He's one of the best officials, obviously, because he is coaching here, or the official here in Class 5A.
It is loud in this arena this morning. And so sometimes the call for serve or wanting to call a timeout, it goes simultaneously. So just like you said, a team delay, nothing, no points changing, nothing harmed in that regard, but we're back to action.
The pass, the swing, the block, and now a timeout for Waukee Northwest as it's 22-16 off that play right there. Well, a lot of pink. You may notice a lot of pink all around here. A lot of pink here inside, outside Extreme Arena as well. It's part of a great partnership between the Girls Athletic Union and the Iowa City Area Sports Commission, who does an awesome job of painting Coralville pink for the girls' high school volleyball tournament. It wasn't this way maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, but really embracing it. And it's not just for the volleyball championships. You'll see it Wells Fargo and now Casey's Arena for the girls basketball championship, state softball, swimming, all over the place. And it just pops on TV with that high definition as well.
It really does. The Iowa Girls Union does a fantastic job hosting championships in a variety of locations and venues across the state. And these Iowa girls get a top-notch experience when they make it to state in any sport.
Out of a timeout, Logan Vogt with the kill. And now a chance to serve. She now has 5. Out of the rotation comes Pelds. Serving will be Avery Vogt. Pleasant Valley, they just seem calm, cool demeanor. Not the best pass, but it results in a point. Great job by the setter, disguising it as Kelly. Carson Kelly, the junior, has 52 kills on the year to go along with all of her 384 assists. She can be an offensive weapon besides setting up her teammates. One arm save. Got to knock it over on this shot, and they do. And miraculously, it stays inside the antenna, inbounds, and that one-arm little bump over works for a point.
There are about 3 or 4 points in that rally on both sides where I thought for sure it was out of the reach. But these athletes just keep diving and getting it up. Pretty incredible, the effort that they're putting forward. A little hyped up, might have missed her serve. Yep. Just so jazzed about that last point. Time to settle back in.
Set point here in the Class 5A championship match. Number 1, Pleasant Valley. Number 6, Waukee Northwest. PV, I hear a whistle, and it's going to be a point for Waukee Northwest. 2 contacts the call. We explained that earlier on. Just a kind of a ball handling mistake.
It's one of the skills in volleyball that is a little bit different at the high school to the collegiate level now for Division I, with a change in rule regarding doubles at the Division I level. But here in high school, can't do it, no doubles.
Amazing effort, but Waukee Northwest gets the point. The lift called. And again, Waukee Northwest, they aren't going anywhere. They're facing set points yet again, but no room for error. Pleasant Valley needs just one more. Can they get it here? Yes, they can. Set 1 goes to Pleasant Valley on a 27-match win streak, 34-2 overall, as they win it 25-20. Spirited effort on both sides. We'll be back with the second set from Extreme Arena. Right after this, we're just getting started here on Iowa PBS.
Coming up on the next episode of Iowa Life, we'll learn about farming and foraging from a Story County couple.
This is a coral tooth mushroom.
We'll meet autism awareness advocate Tyler Leach.
I thank you for putting your best bare foot forward for autism.
And we'll learn how the Urban Bike Food Ministry connects with people in need. All that and more on the next Iowa Life.
Tuesdays at 6:30 and Sundays at 10:30 on Iowa PBS.
Such a meaningful part of Iowa PBS is the coverage of unique Iowa events and Part of that is our high schools and our kids programs, whether it's athletics or otherwise. The state fair coverage, that's such a part of the fabric of Iowa. And I think just the programming that covers things meaningful to our people in our state.
To learn more about becoming a corporate sponsor on Iowa PBS, call or visit us online.
Welcome back. That was an exciting opening set, and really the difference in that was the first couple minutes. A 5-0 start, and then it was even from then on.
Exactly. Pleasant Valley out to a really quick start, and then Waukee Northwest settled in, played scrappy defense on both sides, but we talked about Pleasant Valley and being consistent, being poised with their experience.
Here are some of the highlights from that opening set as you watch the highlights from all of our camera angles here for Iowa PBS. Look at some of the stats. Only 3 people had offensive points. Kramer with 8, 5 for Reagans and 1 for Kelly. More spread out for Waukee Northwest. Logan Boat had 6 kills. The next highest had 2. So interesting to see. The main stat that pops out to me, Beth, is the hitting percentage. Both teams had 12, 14 kills, but more efficient was Pleasant Valley with their attempts, with their swings.
Pleasant Valley, you said it, led by Kramer, 8 kills, hitting .500, and Reagans in the middle, 5 kills, 5 for 5. She's perfect today, hitting a solid 100 there. And so as a team, 345 is a fantastic team hitting percentage for the Spartans.
You throw 2 service aces in for Pleasant Valley, and that's the difference. When it's tight, it's a game of inches. It's so close between a win or a loss at this 5A championship match. It'll be interesting to see how Waukee Northwest responds. Now in the semifinals, they squeaked out a win, avenging a loss to Ankeny Centennial in 5. The scores were 25-21, 25-22, 16-25, 23-25, and 18-16, a thriller 5th set. Do they have enough in the tank? Because that had to have just been physically, mentally, emotionally exhausting just to get to this match.
Exactly. Yesterday's semifinal for Waukee Northwest, back and forth, right? Up 2-0, then you go to a 5th set, and at the end of that 5th, it was tied, it was tied, it was tied. Finally, they, like you said, squeak it out 18-16. But man, I hope they got some good sleep last night, and they're going to turn it up here in set 2. We mentioned just getting off to a solid, fresh start here at the beginning of the set.
Waukee Northwest, for the first time in this championship match, has the lead. A good serve and a block. That's one area that Waukee Northwest beat Pleasant Valley in, was team blocks.
And they have a tall front line for the Wolves. They're young, but they know how to block. They can press over, seal the net like they've done 2 points in a row here against the top Spartan hitters. Point 1, block on Kramer. Point 2, block on Reagan. So good job from the Wolves identifying the hitters, following, tracking, and then pressing strong over the net.
They didn't need to block that one. It's a little deja vu in reverse. I don't know if that's a thing, but just like how the first set started with Pleasant Valley on a run, the second set starts with another run, but for Waukee Northwest. Great serving. Setter dump, very well disguised. So a little hole dug by Pleasant Valley, but definitely manageable to get out. What a great individual play there.
Good job from Kelly, the setter for the Spartans, identifying the middle of the court, identifying that hole, knowing her hitters were just struggling a little bit, kind of take matters into her own hands to get that side out for her team. And then a little extra help from the net tape there at the top for the ace.
You don't want to gamble and like serve it to the top of the net into that tape. But if you can get it with enough power, momentum, spin, and it can just dribble on over, chances are the defense can't get to it.
Yes.
It's like a game of Plinko with the price is right. Like, where's it going to go?
Exactly. You don't want to trust the net but generally you're aiming between the top of the antenna and the net. That serving zone, you want to drive it through that zone and really make it tough for the other team to pass it.
Well, a 3-0 deficit, no problem at all for PV. As number 3 goes back to serve. This is Abby Stats, the senior. She's been a player for a long time and a huge reason why. Big smile there on her face.
She's got another ace.
She has, heading into this championships, 21 aces, which is 3rd best on the team. Blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Good job attacking the block, and the kill will go for Ladwig. I want to go back to stats. Not the tallest player on the court, but volleyball is so amazing because there's kind of a role, there's kind of a position for everyone.
Absolutely. As a libero, what is key is being quick, being able to read and react, so reflexes, ball control, and so as a back row defender, whether you're 4'10", 5'10", 6'3", whatever height and size you are, what matters is reading what's coming at you, reacting to it quickly, and then getting a strong, solid platform to keep that ball alive. So absolutely, you don't have to be the tallest in the front row to hit and block. There is a spot for everyone, just depending on kind of your various skills. I absolutely couldn't be a setter. My hands are horrible. So yeah, just back row, setting, hitting, blocking, a lot of different skills in the sport of volleyball.
One skill is slamming it down to the court as hard as you can. Kramer heating up. Well, as we take another look at this, the approach is just perfect. The block was there, but she has the ability to go up and over the block.
Up and over, she can hit sharp around it, so using her hand and her wrist from up, from down to hit different angles. Very similar to what we just saw from Waukee Northwest, and Ladwig on the other side. Again, strong, solid swing, working around that block.
Ladwig with 4 kills on 8 attempts, no hitting errors, hitting .500. Waukee Northwest with a good serve, and it's going to be good enough for an ace. You can score with big swings at the net, and you can score with aggressive serving as well. As Anna Pelds, the DS.
That's the fun thing about volleyball. A point is a point, whether it's a soft tip, whether it's on purpose, whether it's by accident, whether it's a hard slam. You don't get more points if you hit it higher miles per hour, right?
Yep.
A point is a point.
And that's why trying to disguise it, playing a game of chess, of trying to mix up what you're throwing at your opponent. Tied at 7 is Stella Smith. You can see 129 kills, 302. But right now, trying to get her 30th ace. Smith, a senior. Patience, calm, another attack, blocked, down for the point.
Pleasant Valley, knowing that Logan Vogt is a top attacker for Northwest, they've got their block keyed in on her. Twice in a row they get block touches. Wolves unable to keep it alive that second time on coverage.
Setter's dump, down for the point. Love the pursuit, diving right into the front row, caught by her teammates. And I believe one of the teammates that caught her, I want to bring this up, is number 23, Maisie Swears. She's a sophomore and she's on crutches. Hasn't been with the team, able to play, one of the top sophomore attackers in the state. So Pleasant Valley is so good that they could not only play for a state title without her, might win the state championship without her, but how good would they be with her? But that's sports, right, Beth? Dealing with adversity, dealing with injury and things, and even though she's not on the court, Swears is here to help cheer on her teammates.
Exactly. They are a tough squad for sure. depth in their bench, being able to fill in for her after her injury, but still providing leadership and encouragement and support to her teammates. But it's kind of crazy to think how tough they might be
with
if she was
other
still
weapon.
playing. Yes.
And you know she'll be back as she's just a sophomore. All right, 10-8 our score here in the second set. Another head first dive. Let's take another look at this. The pull within one here. The tip placed right over that towering block. Brome with another point. Setter's dump, and they were waiting for it.
Waiting, ready, and reacted so quickly because Avery Vogt pushed that right over. Quick release out of her hands, so a good job there, but Spartans, they saw it. They knew it was coming.
Blocked down for a point. So hard to control that from keeping it in bounds, but a point for Waukee Northwest.
Spartans there with the double, pressed over, but good job from the Wolves, tooling it off the block and out of bounds to get that serve back on their side.
Working hard, Kelly with another point. Pleasant Valley making 16th trip to the state tournament in school history. But what I think is equally as impressive, 6th consecutive trip. Pleasant Valley reached the state semifinals 3 times, were state runners up and state champions in the last 5 seasons. Not only getting here, but getting this far.
Those are completely different student athletes in those years, right? So it's not like, oh, they just had 1 or 2 dominant athletes that carried them. No, these are completely different teams over a span, and they are consistently being successful. So good job from the coaches, and then from the community just building that up, right? Investing in younger players, knowing that they're going to reach that varsity level and are going to need them to continue coming back to state and being competitive.
You got to start young. You have to build a program. A look at Jody Vogt. Hard to believe she's just in her 4th season as the head coach. 100 victories, 51 losses. And players like Ladwig on the right side making plays like that.
6'3" sophomore with a fast arm swing. Brings that power. You see that hole in the block. She recognizes it and hits it right through down into the middle of the court.
Good attack and down for the point. It's now 14-12 as more coaching and instruction going on as Jenny Lovewich was there, but just a 5'9" sophomore wasn't able to extend fully. Good communication. Little tip over the block. It did not hit the court. They kept it alive. The Spartans push to the back row. That one will drop.
Great job from Danberg in the middle, pushing it back to the deep left corner. You see the Spartans pursue it, chasing it down, unable to keep it up, but a good rally back and forth there. And so momentum here for the Wolves.
Has to go over on that 3rd contact, and it doesn't. Amber Hall, 14th season, doing great job keeping her team organized, calm, and in the right spots mentally and physically in this championship match.
You talk about mentally, for Pleasant Valley, their team motto is mind over matter.
So that's important?
I think so. You hit it exactly. Mind over matter, making sure they're present, they're mentally prepared, they're confident. And like we said, they're playing very controlled, very poised. So we'll see if they're able to shrink this margin, get right back in it.
What a tremendous team motto. Mind over matter. Take that into your personal lives. Powering it off the hands. It takes a bounce out of bounds. And very close to evening this thing up here, as it's currently Pleasant Valley with a 1-0 lead in the series. Timeout on the court. Well, this week, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union held the first volleyball edition of their Future Champions Youth Clinic series here in Coralville. I love this idea. It's led by 6 varsity high school coaches from all around the state of Iowa. The clinic is aimed at giving middle school girls a taste of the state tournament experience. Look at the fun they're having, learning, capped at the first 100 registrants. The camp sold out in 8 minutes.
Wow, that is incredible. That just made me smile so big seeing the clips from the youth clinic. What a fantastic idea, and it sounds like they might need to expand.
It sounds supply and demand.
Yeah.
There is definitely demand. Always good when you roll out an idea, you're like, is this gonna work? I don't know, and then 8 minutes in, oh yeah, that worked, and that is awesome. We talked about it, starting young. The fastest growing girls sport in the state of Iowa. Volleyball has the highest participation numbers of any sport. More than 11,000 Iowa girls playing the sport of volleyball. And today is the final day of high school volleyball here in 2024. Out of a timeout, a much needed point and side out, as Kramer will go back to the back row to serve. Good look at her, as she's really the leader. She's an outstanding player, can play at the next level, no doubt about that. Antennas waving, out of bounds. And now shrinking that lead down to just 2 points. 2 timeouts remain for Waukee Northwest. Pleasant Valley has 1 in their back pocket. Back set swing will go down for a point. Beth, look out. We got a 1-point ball game here in set 2.
There was a little bit more margin right before we talked about the youth clinic. And now, like you said, 1-point ball game. Spartans finding a way to get it done, serving aggressive, getting Waukee Northwest out of system, and then just finding a way to transition the digs into offense.
Well, here's the thing with volleyball. You can use any part of your body to keep it alive. Kind of a multi-sport, 2-sport thing. You played soccer and volleyball, right?
Played soccer when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, up through 8th grade. So I have some soccer in the background, but absolutely using your foot, shoulder, elbow, whatever it is to keep the ball alive. Give your teammates a chance to continue the play.
A number of these players are multi-sport athletes and have the experience of being in high competition, stressful environments, maybe on the soccer field. Well, how does it transfer when you're playing for a volleyball state championship?
Exactly. And I like when athletes are coached by different people in different sports. Obviously, you're utilizing different muscles and things technically and physically, but from a mental perspective, building that perseverance, working with other teammates, fantastic from that standpoint. To bring it back to kicking the volleyball, you'll hear a lot in the game about bettering the ball, which is just make the next touch better than how you are, currently contacting it. And sometimes that might be just kicking it to keep it alive, which is better than letting it drop, right?
Yep.
Bettering the ball.
Well, we got a good one as we head on down the home stretch here for the second set. PV would want nothing more than to go up 2-0. Waukee Northwest has led the majority of this set. Are they going to call a lift or in the net was the call? Waukee Northwest, someone got in the net, and now we're deadlocked at 18-all with a serve coming from Stella Smith.
Right idea, the block was there. They read that it was going to be a short tip, so tried to hang in the air to get a touch and bring it back over, which they did, but unfortunately on the follow-through got the net.
A little bit out of sorts as the approach, the set, and everything just out of sync. And taking advantage here is Pleasant Valley on a 27-match win streak. Smith, a middle hitter, can play back row with the best of them. And there she is with a nice pass. Smart play to send it over was Avery Vogt. Off the hands. Now to the outside, down the line, is it in? It is. And we're all tied at 19. Here's a look.
Great shot on the outside, high contact point, going down that line. There's a little bit of space. Logan Vogt able to take advantage of it.
And now Logan Vogt will serve for Waukee Northwest. And it's a service ace. Vogt, a sophomore, had in the regular season 45 aces, arguably none bigger than that one right there.
Huge ace, keeping the Wolves ahead. And again, they're the first to 20, but now it's push to 5, push to finish.
Reagan's again the middle hitter with that strong connection, ties it up at 20. And in the rotation, Kelly will check in. Here's another look at it.
So impressed again with Reagan's today. Going back to her left. We talked about it in the first set. She likes that shot, and she does it very effectively.
Both teams hitting over 200 attack percentage here in this championship match. 21-20.
We just saw Coach Vogt telling her blockers, move that block over. Same thing, Reagan's back to her left. She's gonna keep going to it until they stop her. She knows where to place it for the Spartans.
Power by Cordes, a freshman playing like an upperclassman, and now she'll get a chance to serve. 5'10" middle hitter fresh. I mean, she might grow a couple more inches, who knows?
Exactly, what an experience for all of these underclassmen for Waukee Northwest, freshmen, sophomores who are gonna be back and want this taste of state volleyball and championship volleyball again and again.
How special that head coach Jody Vogt gets to coach 2 of her daughters in a state championship match. Yeah, just pretty cool experience. Most parents don't have that opportunity. Pleasant Valley playing some great volleyball as we wrap up this second set. They were ready for that. Good pass, but in the net defensively will be Waukee Northwest. It's 23-21. They said an elbow on the way up, caught in the net. Good swing for how far back she was off the net. Returned. And down for the point, Danberg, the middle hitter. A sophomore, punches it through to make it 23-22.
This is some high-level, high-caliber volleyball here in 5A. These rallies back and forth, one-hand digs, chasing it down, shots to target, hard slams, and really good from Danberg in the middle to get that one for the Wolves. But who else but Kramer on the outside?
I mean, that's when it's this tight, when so much is on the line, that's who you go to, right?
Yes. Kramer is the go-to. She's proven that she can put it away, and so why not continue to go to what works, what they trust in, what they can do.
Let's listen inside the huddle with the coach.
Around the outside. Hey, we're fine, okay? This is like any other game you guys have played this week. You win 1 point at a time and you keep fighting, okay? You keep your heads up and you leave it all on the court. Here we go. Hey, you know when we're effective? When we pass to the middle of the court so we can run an offense. We need everybody swinging, everybody in the game, okay? Here we go, ladies. 1, 2, 3, Wolves.
We appreciate Jody Vogt in her 4th season letting us listen in. Let's listen to the other huddle.
3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, Stella, be ready for 1 coming in for that 2 ball. Shut her down, all right? Let's go.
And we appreciate Amber Hall in her 14th season letting us put a microphone on them so we can bring you, the viewers of Iowa PBS, all the sights, all the sounds, all the emotions from the Extreme Arena on this championship Thursday. Eric Braley, Beth West on the call here. It is set point. Popped up, kept alive, but are they gonna run out of room? They are. We got tall ceilings here, but just not enough space to track it down.
That's a big swing from Danberg, running the slide behind, drills it down the line. Good touch from the Spartans, but like you said, they ran out of room. Staying alive, Waukee Northwest.
Set point again. Blocked. Going near sideline, Kramer into the net. 24-all here in the second.
Right idea from Kramer. She got blocked on the first one. Her team covered it. She was trying to go sharp. She was trying to work around the block. So right idea, just into the net.
Fighting off 2 set points, and now a block, and the run continues. The role has been reversed as Waukee Northwest now has a set point in their favor. And a timeout on the court. The fans who traveled from Waukee are loving this. Now, some work needs to be done by Pleasant Valley, and let's see what Amber Hall has to say.
Further off with your set and Stella. No, I know, you're fine. We're gonna get it higher and a little further off. Look at me, talk to yourself. You got this. You're gonna get a great first pass, okay? We're gonna get a good set. You have great options up front, all right? So either one, make sure that you guys are up. You swing, stay aggressive, and we're all there on covering. Let's go, you can do this right here. 1, 2, 3,
Mind over matter. They gotta believe they can do it, right? Waukee Northwest just did it.
Exactly. What a great instruction from Amber Hall to her Pleasant Valley squad, telling them we're going to get a good pass. We have great hitting options in the front row. We're going to do this. So not if, not maybe, we are.
There's the good pass. Here's the good set. There's the attack, but the block was there. We play on, and it's into the net, and the run continues for Waukee Northwest. You didn't think this was going to be a 3-0 sweep, did you?
Absolutely not. Not these two teams. Wow.
The defending champs have evened up the series. It's anybody's championship to win as we're tied at 1-1. Back with the third set after this, here from the Extreme Arena in Coralville.
Coming up on Studio 3 Live, we welcome John Primer and the Real Deal Blues Band to the stage.
Baby, you know I got to go. A lot of people think the blues is sad music. Blues is not sad music. Blues make you feel good. If you're feeling sad when you come to hear some blues, you leave, you feel better. Gotta take you with me, baby.
Friday evening at 8:30 on Iowa PBS.
Today's the day.
You're home.
It's a celebration.
Here we go. No one can say I don't have accomplished daughters.
We need more fun in our family.
It's just like a real blessing.
Look at this spread.
That's good.
Your heart gets so full that you think it's gonna burst.
It's 4 points to come from behind to defeat Pleasant Valley and tie this thing up 26-24. That was a fun second set. Welcome back, everyone. Eric Braley and Beth West on the call here. Really, no team has momentum. No team has an advantage as of this moment right now, and that's what makes Championship Thursday fun.
What a fantastic first 2 sets of this match. A lot of long rallies, quality swings on both sides, and we're back to 1-1. We're even again.
I want to see some highlights. Let's go and take a look at what happened in that second set. Set 2 highlights here on Iowa PBS. Again, pretty balanced, but you're seeing those leaders who have carried these teams all season long starting to emerge with some of the numbers they're putting up through 2 sets.
We talked about the high hitting percentage for Pleasant Valley in set 1. They continue as a team to hit well. They're still hitting 269, so a pretty good team average, but they had a few miscues, especially at the end, because Waukee Northwest focusing their block on Isabel Kramer on the outside. Reagan's in the middle, still doing fantastic, hitting 700.
Wow.
So they've got weapons. They are going to rebound well, but impressed with the Waukee Northwest block, 4.5 team blocks through 2 sets. But even if it's not counted on the stat sheet, they're getting a lot of good touches, slowing down the Spartan swings so that the Wolves defense can pick it up and they can transition that into offense.
We've played an hour and we're just right where we started, tied, as we get ready for this 3rd set. In the 2nd set, there were 14 ties and 8 lead changes. The last one, where Pleasant Valley just on the cusp, on the brink of going ahead 2-0. Couldn't get it done as Waukee Northwest came from behind for the win. Waukee Northwest 4.5 team blocks, as that has been a focal point of their success here in Coralville. All right, that goes out of bounds, but it was touched, and for the 2nd straight set, Waukee Northwest gets the point.
The connection between Avery Vogt and Danberg is getting more comfortable as this match goes on. Good set there. Danberg feeling confident, able to swing off the hands of the blockers.
So Kramer has 13 of the team 30 kills. Is that concerning, or is it something that Waukee Northwest could potentially try and slow her down, because it seems like they're going to her early and often in Isabel Kramer? 13 of 30 total team kills.
She's a talented outside, so it's not concerning from a standpoint of a good player is going to get their kills, right? So trying to put up a good block if you're Waukee Northwest to get touches, to slow her down a little bit, but she's going to get it regardless. So containing, slowing down, those are likely the focuses. And for Pleasant Valley, they know they have more weapons and more attackers than just Kramer, right? Reagan's is doing well, Smith in the middle, Aslan throwing in some kills here and there. So potentially getting others involved so that Waukee Northwest has to focus their block and give Kramer more opportunities, more holes.
Kramer is the only player for either school in double-digit kills through the first 2 sets. Almost came away with another one there. 3-1 early on here in the 3rd set. Kept alive, setter tracks it down. Near side tip, and it's down for another Kramer kill. 14 now, and the 2nd point for PV.
Good change of speed from Kramer. Throughout the first few swings, she hammered it, then made an adjustment, tip right over the block.
Really leading Ladwig on that swing from the set. Pushing it over. Great up, needing to send it over on 3. They do, but it's too long. Turning, that's an awkward way to kind of manipulate your body, and too much on that as it sails out of bounds.
As an outside hitter, you are getting all sorts of sets. Might come off the platform, might come off the hands, some come from behind your shoulder. Some of them are perfect right on, some of them are tight. So you learn to adjust as an outside hitter. You talk about having a tool bag of different shots that you can pull out depending on the type of set that you get. So you talked about that one coming awkwardly from behind her, and that's gonna happen.
Aslan into the front row. She's had a tremendous season for Pleasant Valley. Does a lot of little things. Smith right next to her. Smith tip. Kramer's blocked, but it goes out of bounds, and a point for Pleasant Valley. 6th consecutive trip to state for the Spartans. A look at this decision, flying in, only one blocker across from her. Antenna out of bounds, tooled off the block, and a side out as number 7s check in. Brome, number 7 from Pleasant Valley, and Pelds, number 7 for Waukee Northwest. As you see from our net cam, how powerful that was.
Good view of that tool off the block using the hands of the blocker. That Spartan blocker was just a little bit off the net.
Little roll shot. Wow, how did that find a way to get down to the court?
Really smart placement, heads up shot from Logan Vogt. Again, kind of turning really quick. So you see she dug it up and then she had to approach it right away. And so she just roll shots it down the line.
Pleasant Valley wearing the white tops. Waukee Northwest in the dark uniforms. Ball goes out of bounds. Nope. It's going to be a point for PV. And Amber Hall in her 14th season. You see on the screen, really liking the way that her team has come out, kind of set the tone early, getting that first set victory. And then you have that lead evaporate at the end of the second set. Who's going to come out and start this third set? She's got to be happy.
Hanging in there early in set 3, still anyone's ball game at this point. We've had some really close calls on a few of these, some line shots, some touches. Just some high-level volleyball.
Flying in from the back. Flying in from the back. Kramer. And the Spartans pull within 1.
Love both sides of the net, utilizing their back row attacks. When you have a talented player like Kramer for the Spartans, like Logan Vogt for Northwest, utilize them in the front row, the back row. They have the talents and abilities to hit from anywhere, and so go ahead and set them.
Into the net, and we're tied at 7. Looking to keep the pressure applied here is Stella Smith, the senior. 29 aces in the regular season. Wow, that pass kind of drifted her tight to the net, able to throw it up, and then it's hammer time for Cordes.
Look at the elevation from Cordes on her approach jump. Really getting some air, good vertical. And then as that set led her to the net, she was able to crunch and hammer it down for a kill.
Cordes with 4 kills here for Waukee Northwest. 8-8 in the third. As Pleasant Valley won the first set, Waukee Northwest won the second. Vogt setting it up. Pleasant Valley just getting it over the block, and a smart decision. You don't have to send it over on 2 or 3 right away. Immediately taking it over for the kill.
Reagan's controlling that net, making sure she's tracking where is that ball going. As a middle, she wants to own that, make sure nothing gets through. Wolves with a good response right after to get the side out.
Side out and serving for Avery Vogt, the setter. You can tell she just knows the game of volleyball inside out. Very intellectually smart.
High volleyball IQ. Just does a really good job distributing to her hitters, knowing when and where that she needs to set up her teammates. So good job from Avery Vogt running that offense, right? Quarterback of the team. Spartans, though, man, We're talking about setters again. Kelly, that was smart.
Carson Kelly wears number 13, the junior. Has 384 assists in the regular season. A lot of them going to Kramer there. It just grabs inbounds. Cross-court kill for the point. 10-10. And to serve is Jenny Lovewich. So many underclassmen on Waukee Northwest squad that are not only on the team, but are playing meaningful minutes and meaningful roles. Blocked point. They do it again. Ladwig in on the fun. A good percentage of their points coming from defensive blocks.
Getting the block up and early. Strong pressing over between Ladwig and Danberg. Those solid forearms going over.
The exchange between setter and hitter off. Danberg reaching back, unable to make contact. And it just feels like we're going to be neck and neck. You know, it was 8-8, now it's 11-11. And then it's just, we're going to turn it up to another level once we hit 20. The push to try and be the team that has the advantage heading into the fourth set. So much power on that, it sails multiple rows up into the arena off the ricochet.
Utilizing her strong approach and fast arm swing to get power, like you said, driving it down the line. Good job from the Spartans to get a touch, but not anywhere close.
Ball's popped up, but it sails out, unreturnable. You see the celebration on Waukee Northwest. Man, when I played sports, I did a lot of high fives. They're literally shoving each other like, we're doing this.
I was
Great
just
play.
thinking those. Oh goodness, be careful. Right, that's what we think, but they're having a blast. They're playing with that energy we talked about, executing with energy. And sometimes as a young squad, that's what you need to do, right?
Yep.
A little bit of, hey, we don't know any better. Let's just get after it. Spartans again with a response from Kramer, this time running that high two ball in the middle. I like the mix up, moving Kramer around, make the Wolves block adjust.
Kramer now with 18 kills. I mean, how many is she going to end up with? 30? She is just on another level in this championship match here in 5A. Vote with 14 for Waukee Northwest. They're the only two in double-digit kills, and it's Waukee Northwest able to get the point and the side out here.
We're seeing the versatility of Logan Vogt just in these last 5 points. We saw hard line shot, hard cross court, and now roll shot over the block. So she can mix it up depending on what the set and what the block is showing her.
High flying in, and that's a no-doubter. Clicking on all cylinders there. And there's just not much you can defensively do on a play like that where the pass, the set, and everything is just perfect for an outstanding hitter, one of the best in the state. Followed up with a service ace, and she is no doubtedly the MVP so far here in this third set. Kramer, did you get another ace? No. Through the double block, it's returned, but it goes out of bounds. And point, but more importantly, probably able to get a side out and get some serves going.
Good touch from Stats of the Spartans. Holding strong, digging it, but out of play for the Wolves' point. Stats is everywhere. Look at her get that up again.
You got Springs bouncing. 16-14 as Coach Vogt looks on. Let's go to our net camera.
Stats is everywhere. Look at her
She
get
is.
that up.
Love when it's just a battle back and forth above the net. An illegal set. As you could see the rotation of the ball. And that's something a lot of our viewers probably don't know. We don't have just a solid white color volleyball like maybe 20, 30 years ago we did. It's multicolored. Number one, it looks cool. Number two, it helps the officials, as they can tell if the rotation might be a little off. Another point and another side out. We're seeing a lot of quick exchange of points and not a lot of long runs of 2 or 3 or 4 points in a row.
Yes, being able to side out right away. Good job from Cordes that time, as it was tight on the net and she kind of reversed the flow and threw it back the other way, away from the Spartan defense.
Nice play on the slide, working the outside. A little wrinkle in that offensive attack. Aslan with the point in the serve. As we'll take a quick pause to clean up a wet spot. Again, outstanding job by our officials who get a point system to get a chance to work state. Clearly, you want your best officials in the state of Iowa working the state tournament and the state championship matches.
They do a good job throughout this season, and what an honor to get enough points in the process to then officiate at state. A little bit of a reward for them as well.
In the net violation called, and we are tied at 17. I said we might as well just start at 20, right? All this work, and now a timeout called by Waukee Northwest.
They are utilizing every single point, getting the full championship experience, right?
Well, taking a look, stay connected with Iowa PBS Sports, no matter where you're watching from. You can actually join the conversation. Follow us on Facebook and X. Use the hashtag Iowa PBS Sports to enjoy the championships with other fans. As not only on the Iowa PBS broadcaster stream, we're on social media as well. Beth West and Eric Braley on the call for this 5A match. We'll be guiding you through 5A, 4A, 3A, and the outstanding BJ Shaven and Kathy Bresnahan will have the 2A and 1A championships. It's a full day.
Full day of fantastic Iowa volleyball. A great tradition of strong athletes, strong teams here in Iowa, and it's just so fun to be up close and personal, getting to witness these championship matches here in the Extreme Arena.
Vogt sends it over, but 2 contacts called as it wasn't clean, leaving her hands. And Pleasant Valley with the edge here and the chance to serve. Aslan back there again. A senior. Block. Giving Waukee Northwest a little taste of their own medicine. That's been what they have done so well in this championship match. Here, look at the timing, the synchronization.
Really good from the Spartans, because that was a lower fast tempo set to the outside, so the Spartans moving quick laterally to get that double block up.
19-17 back row swing and just muscling it through there's Logan Vogt. I saw no gap, no hole in the block whatsoever, so she made a hole.
She made a hole. Block was up, you're right. Logan Vogt can do it all. Nice job, again, running that back row attack out of the middle.
Avery Vogt serving, tipping, digging it out of the net. We're still playing volleyball. Great placement.
Smart, very smart on the placement.
You don't have to, again, send it over in 3. If you see the entire opponent's defense creeping up close to the net in scramble mode, that golden corner is wide open. The worst shot was the best shot getting the point, meaning she was leaning back and not her regular approach, but the placement mattered more than the power on that.
The timing was completely off, and we talked about before, whether you do something on purpose or on accident, sometimes it works, and they got that point. Follow it up with an ace. How did we get a 4-point margin? It was 17-17.
In a blink of an eye. Let's go see what Waukee Northwest is talking about in their huddle right now, down 4.
Okay? We have 1 point at a time to get. Leave everything on the court, okay? Press on the block. If you get in trouble on defense, play the ball high so someone else can better the ball, okay? We can do this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, whoa.
Better the ball, something that you talked about earlier on in the broadcast, 1 point at a time. And again, her calm, cool demeanor as the brothers are coaches. She was a standout, tremendous Division I volleyball player, and you're just trying to pass that on to your team like, let's not hit the panic button. Remember when we were down 2 and we came back to win in the second set? We can do it again.
Exactly. Great message from Coach Vogt, getting her team riled up to get this next point and then push from there.
But Pleasant Valley has other ideas, jumping out of the gym with ray guns for this solo stuff. Timed it perfect.
Owning that net, controlling that net, staying home and being ready.
Nearly identical statistical numbers as we're wrapping up this third set. And set points, leading by 6 is Pleasant Valley. Needing just 1 more to go up 2-1. Blocked, but last touch out of bounds off that block. And now Waukee Northwest needs to put a big run together with no room for air. Two points in a row. And now a 4-point deficit. The serve coming from Leah Jenilovich. Waukee Northwest defending champions. It was supposed to be a rebuilding year. Heart of a champion trying to take down number 1 Pleasant Valley. Third time's the charm. Oh, it just dribbles over the net. And a long rally here. Pretty much every player is getting involved. And we might see a timeout because it's now 24-21.
That was a rally, Eric. Back and forth, hard hits, tips. Some really unconventional shots as well, just staying alive. The Wolves battling, Spartans trying to put it away.
Not on that attempt. It's now 24-22. Do you believe? Waukee Northwest does. They've got back into this, but the work's not done. Let's listen in to Pleasant Valley's huddle and head coach Amber Hall.
They are scared. They are scared, not us. We are not scared. We are going for this ball. We're going to pass it. We're going to have a joint communication. We are going to get a great set, and we're going to put this ball down. You can do this. Believe in yourself. Let's finish it right here. Don't play scared. Play for each other. Let's go. You got it. Let's go.
Not talking X's and O, not talking strategy, talking more the mental aspect. Because if you play scared, Beth, you're on your heels, you're tentative, you're not taking chances, and you might not win.
They want to stay aggressive. She mentioned playing for each other, which takes the focus off of yourself, right? No need to get in your own head. You don't have to do everything. Volleyball's a team sport. There's 6 people out there all helping each other. And they just need 1 point, 1 pass, 1 set, 1 swing.
number 1 to serve. Janilovic with a good one. It's returned and it's down, and they fight off a furious rally by Waukee Northwest, but Pleasant Valley, the number 1 seed, is 1 set away from claiming the 2024 state championship title in Class 5A. Back with the 4th set right after this from Coralville and Extreme Arena here on Iowa PBS.
Coming up on Studio 3 Live, we welcome John Primer and the Real Deal Blues Band to the stage.
Baby, you know I got to go. A lot of people think the blues is sad music. Blues is not sad music. Blues make you feel good. If you're feeling sad when you come to hear some blues, you leave, you feel better. Gotta take you with me, baby.
Friday evening at 8:30 on Iowa PBS.
Back in about 1974, I decided that I wanted to do a record that was different than most music that was put out. That's what started the sound of Mannheim Steamroller.
This evening at 9 on Iowa PBS.
There's a look at what led us to this point right now. Pleasant Valley won the first set 25-20. Waukee Northwest has only won 1 so far of the 3. They came back to win the second 26-24, and then coming and holding on for the victory in the 3rd set. Pleasant Valley, they look like a championship team. They are believing they are a championship team. The issue is Waukee Northwest is making it very challenging for them to get that trophy. And really, I like what I saw out of Pleasant Valley down the stretch and just finishing, and finally getting that point.
Having long rallies, keeping the point alive for Pleasant Valley, that scrappy defense. They're covering their hitters to keep it alive, giving their offense another chance to put it away, and then they served aggressive to finish it out, like you said, in that 3rd set. They didn't want a repeat of set 2.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights, and we'll also weave in some of the statistics through 3 sets. And there's no doubt both these schools deserve to be playing for this championship. So many different players getting involved. You see Danberg, the middle hitter. You see on the outside, number 10, Cortez. But Pleasant Valley, they are stacked, and they are getting a ton of kills. I have jokingly said, how many kills is Kramer going to get? 30? Well, she's at 21, folks. So I'm guessing she will get 30.
30 is in reach, absolutely, here in set 4. And to be determined on set 5. The Wolves are going to have to battle to make it a ball game here and win set 4. Look at the blocks. Nice job from the Wolves finding the hitters. And the digs, more on that Pleasant Valley side. We talked about covering their hitters, sticking in that defense, staying home, just getting touches on balls.
Through 3 sets, we've seen 22 ties and 11 lead changes. Jay Grassley, Samantha Stone, Ted Moser, and Mark Royer are officials in this 5A championship match. Started about 10:05 a.m. We also have 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A to go here today. And all of them broadcasted live right here, the home of Iowa High School Girls Athletics, Iowa PBS. Nice pink uniform for the libero. Stats with the serve. Out of bounds. And 2-0 the early lead for Pleasant Valley. Really having to work as some of the passes haven't been on the money as the serving has been so aggressive. And now looking to try and get some points trailing 2-1. Well, the Spartans of Pleasant Valley, just tremendous. They're out of the Mississippi Athletic Conference. Head coach Amber Hall's coaching record, 295 wins, and 265 of them coming at Pleasant Valley. She has led them to state the last 6 consecutive years, and in that time, reaching the state semifinals 3 times, state runners-up 1 time, and state championship once in the last 5 seasons. A number of their players are going to go on and play Division I athletics, whether it's track and field at Iowa State, whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball, and just anytime you have D1 athlete talent on a high school team, that usually results in wins.
Absolutely. Reagan's in the middle. We've talked about her having a really good match so far today, committing to Iowa State for track and field, but a fantastic volleyball player as well. Just some quality multi-sport athletes, and fun to be able to compete with your friends, compete with your classmates here at the high school level.
We'll see a number of those multi-sport stars throughout the day. Tied at 3 here in the 4th set. Off the block, Pleasant Valley. Kramer, it sails out of bounds, some way able to contort her body and not touch it was number 3, Taylor. It just whizzed right by her ponytail.
Quick reaction to get out of the way. As fans, sometimes it's hard to see. As officials, they are focused on that, so they're paying extra close attention.
And a quick side out, which allows the rotation and Schmidt to check in. We talked about in the set 1, they're without number 23, who's a tremendous player, Maisie Swears. She played in 72 sets, had 128 kills, and is really one of the top sophomore attackers in the state, sidelined with an injury. And really it's the next person in mentality of, okay, one of our go-to players is down. Who's next off the bench to step in and make a difference?
They've had a good number of matches to get more comfortable with this new rotation, making sure everyone knows where to go in what situations, so that they're pretty fine-tuned at this point in the season, state championship day.
Another kill for the freshman Cortez. Yeah, it'd be tough if it would have happened like in the quarterfinals 2 days ago of like, okay, now how do we, but it did happen midway through the season, and really hitting their groove right now with team chemistry with her out of the lineup due to that injury. Good defensive play on both sides of the net in the back row. It'll be point for Pleasant Valley here.
Good defense on both sides, running that lower tempo outside set there. Logan Vogt just letting it drop a little too much, and she didn't have enough space going out line, hit the antenna.
Well, Logan Vogt has 19 kills on 46 attempts, hitting .217. Her and Ladwig double-digit in the kills category. Meanwhile, Kramer 22 and 10 total for Reagan's.
Cordes here in the middle for the Wolves, letting it lead, turning her body to be able to go to that deep corner. A little bit of a push, a little bit of a swing, whatever it was, good placement to get it there.
How important is teaching the fundamentals of blocking to be successful at the high school level? I mean, I know it's a big part of the game, but it just seems like the teams, the programs that stress it, generally are making it to state.
Absolutely, blocking is huge. It's an extension of your full defense, right? It's the first line of attack. Passing is the foundation, but blocking is what slows everything down, wins points, and the technique of it is also very important because it's not just jumping as high as you can, reaching as high as you can, just kind of throwing your arms up. There is technique to it. And so being able to learn that the right way and then executing, implementing that during the game is so important. Strong arms, big hands, pressing over. We talk about sealing the net, making sure there's no gaps or space so that it can trickle down. And then when you're double blocking, moving together as a team, closing meaning you're right next to each other.
Yeah.
So a lot of technique, a lot of fundamentals. I could go on and on about blocking, Eric. It's a fun skill, and it makes a huge difference and can really boost momentum, right? Because when you get a stuck block, that is crushing to the hitter. It's like, oh no, I just got rejected.
It's like denying a slam dunk in basketball, denying your opponent. And that has been one of the calling cards of Waukee Northwest, the defending state champs all year long. Because it's one thing to get your hands on it, but to try and control it is another issue. A service air and side out here as we're in the early stages of this fourth set. If Pleasant Valley wins, they will be your Class 5A state champion. But Waukee Northwest is doing everything in their power to win the fourth and get this to 5. Great job of disguising, going up, and Kelly sends it over on 2 for the kill.
Wolves needing to stay home and ready in that base position because they know the Spartans can take it over on 2. We've seen that multiple times. It keeps the defense honest, really. You can't just, hey, I got to release, I got to defend my hitters. Nope, you defend the setter first, and then you move and defend the hit.
Not going to dump that one over. She's working hard to set up her teammate. And Kramer does it again, pulling within 1 here. 23 kills for Kramer.
Coach Amber Hall was so proud, so happy on that. They must have talked about pushing to the deep corner, and well executed by Kramer on the outside.
Off the hands. Ladwig has had a nice championship match. Blocked. Gonna try again. Tip this time over the block. Back row swing denied. Popped up with one hand. Little tip. It was drifting out of bounds, but played. And the point goes to Waukee Northwest anyway. Big celebration from Logan Vogt, who attacks her sister.
Credit to the Wolves' coverage and defense because they just kept getting the ball up. The Spartans were getting awesome touches on the block. Wolves cover, and then finally, wow, power from Logan Vogt. Incredible.
A lot of power when she gets the good opportunity. Ping pong match right above the net and quickly returned for the point. And the side out. Pleasant Valley, Aslan checks in. Kelly to serve. In the quarterfinals, Pleasant Valley swept Waukee 25-23, 25-19, and 25-15. In the semifinals, they swept number 4 Dowling Catholic 25-23, 25-19, and 25-23. This is just the first time this state tournament that it has gone to a 4th set.
Although they're 3-set wins, those are high-level teams that Pleasant Valley took down in the first 2 matches. So that's nothing to just brush off. Oh, 3-0, easy peasy. Not at all.
Meanwhile, Waukee Northwest defeated Ankeny to avenge a late season loss, 25-15, 25-20, and 29-27. That was in the quarterfinals. And then yesterday, a thriller in 5, avenging another loss to Ankeny Centennial, winning in 5, the 5th set, 18-16. Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial had defeated this Waukee Northwest team early on in a tournament, August 31st and September 3rd, and then October 5th and October 8th. You want to be playing your best volleyball, though, in November, and that's what Coach Jody Vogt has been able to inspire the defending champs to do. 28-9 overall record for Waukee Northwest, 34-2, and riding a 27-match win streak for number 1, Pleasant Valley.
Tough serves continue from Pleasant Valley. We talked in the break how that is helping them gain points, whether it's getting Northwest out of system so they can better read what attacker is going to be taking it over, or they get aces, they're getting free balls like we just saw, really tough serves.
Perfect set, perfect swing. Smith, anytime you can get your middles going, Smith is cooking. The solo block in front of her and an easy point. Kramer behind the service line, and that's a service ace. I'm feeling the momentum. The tide is shifting in favor of Pleasant Valley. And Waukee Northwest needs a side out sooner rather than later here to get that momentum and energy back. The student section trying to be loud, trying to help their school. Block, perfect, textbook, Ladwig.
When your squad is struggling on serve or receive, one, extra communication to make sure you get that pass up, but then other areas of your game need to step up, and we just saw that from the Wolves. Their block taking over with a stuff.
Can they string some points together here? Little roll shot. Tight to the net. Little jousting. Now sending it over. Free ball. Set or dump. About any type of shot that is used in the sport of volleyball has been on display for this point. And it results in a hitting air. Is trying to go sideline to sideline, like a high level degree of difficulty on that attempt.
Absolutely. Going cross court, it was a good swing, but Stats, the libero for Pleasant Valley, staying home right on that end line. She knew where she was on the court, and if it was outside of her body, she knew it was out of bounds. She called it right.
Out of bounds, it went outside the antenna, and now a 3-0 run to make it 17-15 for Pleasant Valley, who needs just one more set victory right here to try and become the state champions in Class 5A. Smith has been serving darts over the net. Block! Blocked back into Logan Vogt's body. A statement stuff defensively. Let's go to our net cam.
Good lineup from the Spartans. Two right in the middle. They know in this serving pattern that the Wolves like to go to Logan Vogt in the middle, and so they were ready and they pressed, sealed, stuff block. Again, a lot of energy and momentum from blocks. Good dig to keep
Great
it alive.
dig by Pelds. Back set through the block. And he might see a timeout soon because Aslan made a tremendous play to surge ahead by 4.
Spartans mixing up their offense. We're seeing the set distribution moving
Kramer
around.
has only had 3 kills in this 4th set. Really keeping Waukee Northwest guessing on who's going to make the attempt. Another block! Reagan's over there, and it's now a 6-0 run. And a timeout called by Waukee Northwest after a big play. Look at the emotion. Pleasant Valley, they're feeling it, they're sensing it as they're on the brink of finishing the job. Let's listen inside the huddle.
Coverage has to be better, and our free ball communication has to be better, okay? Ladies, you leave it all on the court. You fight back for every single point, okay? We pass to the middle so we can spread out our offense. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, Wolves!
So Waukee Northwest, they've done it time and time again. Defending champs, graduated almost everybody, but they are back here with a mountain to climb. Backs against the wall, fourth set. Trying to even up at 2-2. But first, it starts with getting a side out right here, right now.
Starts with a pass, a lot of communication on the pass, get a good set. See if you can get a first swing side out.
And it's gonna be a service ace.
Wow, the pressure coming from the service line for Pleasant Valley. They are making the Wolves work hard in serve receive. Again, communicate early, platform out, strong arms. Waukee Northwest just wants a pass at this point. Get a pass, run your offense.
There is the pass. The swing, and Stella Smith, who helped lead Pleasant Valley on a 7-0 run to widen this gap, get the margin. We'll head to the sideline and talk to the coach. Job well done, Stella Smith, the senior. All right, let's see what Waukee Northwest can do here. A service air, and right now just 3 points away from another state title for a school that has already won state in track, softball, cross country as of late. And just the body language, you can feel the momentum, and just Pleasant Valley is hitting on all cylinders right now with Aslan serving. Love that swing. Would have let it go, but they play on. Hard to know. And the point. Pleasant Valley, match point. Looking to extend their 27-match win streak on their 6th consecutive trip to state. They graduated just one player from last year's state tournament team. And there it is. Pleasant Valley, your Class 5A state champions here in 2024. Another trophy for a school that is racking up a ton of trophies the last couple years.
Today's final score presented by Fareway. Pleasant Valley defeats Waukee Northwest 3 sets to 1.
Great sportsmanship, the emotions on both sides. Waukee Northwest won it last year. Pleasant Valley wins it this year. A lot of people counted Waukee Northwest out, considering all the skilled players, the talent that was graduated last year. Maybe they didn't win it all, but they got all the way back to the championship match.
The Wolves battled hard. They gave it everything they had. Pleasant Valley, though, just too much, especially in set 4, pushing to finish. They were aggressive from the service line, set up their block well, and a really balanced attack to end the match in that 4th set. It took everyone. It took all of the Spartans.
Attention to the court for the awards presentation. Presenting awards are members of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Board of Directors, Travis Fleschner, Jen Donalds, Zach Clark, and Tanya Moe. Presenting awards to the Class 5A 2024 All-Tournament Team is Executive Director Aaron Gerlich and President of the IGHSAU Board of Directors, Jen Donalds. Here is your Class 5A All-Tournament Team. From Pleasant Valley, Gabriella Reagans. From Waukee Northwest, Avery Vogt. From Ankeny Centennial, Delaney Miller. From Dowling Catholic, Ella Rogers. From Dowling Catholic, Ellie Muller. From Waukee Northwest, Logan Vogt. And your Class 5A All-Tournament Team Captain for 2024, from Pleasant Valley, Isabel Kramer.
That's what you call a no-doubter. An outstanding all-tournament team for Class 5A, led by your captain, Isabel Kramer, finished with 24 kills. She also, across the board, was aggressively with 4 service aces, good passing, 4 digs in the back row, a team leader. Congratulations to each individual who has been rewarded the honor of the 5A all-tournament team.
Fans, the Iowa Board Producers would like to present the Top Producer Award for the 5A Championship match. Presenting the award is Taylor Anderson, Assistant Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. This year's top producer of the 5A Championship match, from Pleasant Valley, Abby Stats.
Congratulations to Abby Stats, the senior, who was that outstanding defensive specialist in the back row. She served so tough, and she just would not let the ball hit the court.
She was everywhere, the Pleasant Valley libero, keeping it alive, covering her hitters, making sure she bettered that ball, and the top producer here in the 5A tournament.
There's the runner-up trophy going to Waukee Northwest. It will go right next to the championship trophy they won right here last year.
Today they redeem it as your 2024 Class 5A champions, Coach Amber Hall and the Spartans of Pleasant Valley.
They returned a strong nucleus, just graduating 1 player from last season. They end the year on a 28-match win streak, and they played as a team. They dealt with adversity, losing one of their key players in the middle of their season, but another championship trophy as they win in 4. That'll do it for our 5A championship broadcast. We're just getting going. We'll have more flames and excitement from the Extreme Arena in a little bit, as we'll have Class 4A. It's going to be Pella versus Bishop Elin. We'll be back about 12:15 with that broadcast here on Iowa PBS.
Is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
And by Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
And by
the Grace Helen Kroeb Fund at the Iowa PBS Foundation, supporting programming originating in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City viewing area.